America is following the wrong path toward its electric future. The United States market for electric cars is growing by the day. The gas and electric hybrids, which are now standard models at most automakers, are being challenged by new, fully electric upstarts. The openness and continued deregulation of U.S. markets has attracted a lot of foreign investment into this field, but that investment comes with a cost. Decades ago, Japanese and European manufacturers put together plans to build factories and production lines in the United States. They did so to make their vehicles even cheaper for American consumers, and to give people more incentive to buy the product because it seemed less alien if it was built here. Today, manufacturers of next-generation electric vehicles are following the same successful model. Notably, Norwegian carmaker Think has announced plans to build a manufacturing plant on U.S. soil. In doing so, it thrust Michigan, Oregon, and at least 6 other states into a vicious race to the bottom against one another. Each state government will try to offer the most tax loopholes, incentives, and subsidies in order to tell their constituents that they were the ones that brought back the almighty jobs. They will conveniently overlook the fact that they forcibly took money out of the taxpayers' pockets and sent it overseas in order to attract those jobs. And they will overlook the fact that even the largest mainstream manufacturing plants only produce a few thousand jobs, though they cost the states hundreds of millions to acquire. The proposed Think plant will initially employ just 300 workers and produce roughly 16,000 vehicles, though the company does have plans to expand final production and employment roughly 3 times that size. The United Auto Workers Union estimates that roughly $3 billion in American taxpayer money has been spent on subsidies to foreign automakers in this country. When you account for the fact that these companies are already receiving a subsidy from their own government, you quickly realize precisely why American car makers cannot compete. Our government, as policy, offers incentives to overseas competition to come here and beat us. This is something unseen anywhere else in the world. Ford and General Motors had to fight tooth and nail for their overseas markets, but this country simply opened the doors and encouraged the flood. According to CNNmoney.com, Think believes the United States market for electric vehicles, or EVs, will be robust in years to come, and they want to be on the ground floor of that electric industry, helping to remake the U.S. auto industry in the process. Not only does the advent of fully electric car lines put the Detroit Big Three in jeopardy, but the idea of having our own states subsidize a foreign company can prove incredibly costly in the end. The United States is already the proud home of hands down the highest quality EV producer in the world, Tesla Motors. Why not give that subsidy to them instead of a foreign company? To be sure, a lot of the collapse of the U.S. auto market is due to poor product lines, mismanagement, organized labor, and other self-inflicted wounds. But every company or industry has these problems. The main reason for the collapse of America's industrial champions is the fact that we give millions in incentives to foreign companies so they can come here and put us out of business. This practice makes absolutely no sense when you think about it long term. Sure, government officials can go to their constituents and tell them that they went out and got jobs, but how can the costs go unnoticed? They go unnoticed in large part because they go unreported. Today, more than half of all foreign vehicles sold in the United States are made here. The growing market share has allowed them to expand their production of autos in the United States to a full 25% of all the vehicles made. For a comparison, the United States sold just 5,000 cars in South Korea, which is the home of Kia and Hyundai, in 2007. In that same year, Hyundai sold 600,000 cars in the United States. The differential between the United States and Japan is even more stark. We need to stop blindly subsidizing our own downfall. Let the foreign companies fight for a market here just as we had to do there, instead of giving them every opportunity to come here and undermine our own domestic giants. On behalf of concerned citizens, I'm Craig Harrington. For more on this and other related topics, please log on to economyincrisis.org.
Wake up, America! Open up your eyes! Wake up, America! Wake up!
Produced by economyincrisis.org.